The way the system works is our dropout prevention coordinator reviews data in the early warning tool weekly. And every week, he enters that data into a separate spreadsheet for the students, basically who are at the top of the list students. And he meets with those students like Check-in Connect weekly at each of their own high schools. So however, it usually takes him about half the day. He sits down with each individual student, and after he's a few months in, I have observed these meetings, the students lead the meeting, which is also pretty powerful, is they come in and they can speak to what these numbers tell them and what they've worked on and the difference. And it's so authentic because these numbers make sense to them because they are connected to what they're doing in class and not just based on a summative, a KSA or an ACT. So it feels real time to them. So it allows them to sit down and have that conversation. When Mr. Knoll finishes at each school, he connects with the whatever system they have in school, which is typically their guidance counselors, their interventionists, and college and career readiness coaches. And he hands off the students who need a follow-up. So if he has a meeting with a student and he can tell that student's not going to do anything, and it just, he knows that when he comes back next week, there won't be a change unless someone else interacts with that student, then he gives those names to the interventionist at the school, and then they follow up before he comes back the next week. And so he repeats that at each one of our schools. And it's been a good system. And so we've seen the success of the students that he's been able to work with. We've compared their grad scores and their early warning scores and on different metrics, but we've compared their scores to other students in a similar place. And at the end of the year, they were like 3 times as successful. It has been powerful, especially to watch the data over time, over the length of a year. And then at the beginning of the year, it gives you, we know right where we are. So it's pretty simple, but it's very powerful.